every year it's more surprising than the year before, especially when you see the growth we had this year. I think we're up 15%. So we had a lot more customers, we had a lot more partners, we had a lot more employees here, and it's really building a great communication platform for everybody to collaborate, and that's why we're successful at it.
And it's not just that you're growing, but you're keeping and retaining those customers, and those customers are getting bigger and bigger too.
That's really, I got a question yesterday from our customers that says, we keep hearing from from your competitors that when you have a customer, they never leave you guys. It's very, very hard to pull them away. And so what do you think? Why do you think so? And I was thinking, it's really very simple formula is we commit to what we could do and we deliver what we commit to do. So I think this is really where the secret formula for us. And at the same time, we put our customer in the middle of everything.
Yeah, absolutely. And you can tell by this conference. Now, one thing you touched on when you were on stage yesterday was, well, we're becoming a bigger family. But the key word was family.
It's in an acquisition, it's really very important to have a well-balanced model when you get acquired. Every company, when they do an acquisition, they set certain goals, and you have to have a trade-off too, in a way. So what I mean by that is when you have the goals what we set for us, we're expanding globally, we have a really good backing, and we really had a good technology, merging with another company that had a very similar value, very similar direction. We both are focused on shaping the future of travel, shaping the future of our airports, actually shaping our own future. When you do that one, you start thinking about it as really the relationship is nothing but symbolized by a family, because we do have respect each other, we do work well together. At the same time, we're trying to move, we have the same goal, we're trying to move things forward, we're trying to move the future.
And you really are. And it is a collaboration, and we've touched on this before, but how you use your customers to improve the product is pretty amazing, and that's got to be one reason this did.
When you have an organization which really were our philosophy as the Air IT, or now Amadeus Airport IT America thing. If you think about that one, and Amadeus as we have the same philosophy, the same strategy when it comes on to customer. We put customer first, we put the customer in the center. When you do that, you start really realizing a lot of the wins that's going to come with that. And this is really where we start heading more and more and more as a family. We start heading more and more as moving forward, taking all our customers with us on a journey as much as they are taking us with them. This is what the platform, this is a communication platform for all of us to communicate, to build what's next, to be able to negotiate certain features, certain functionality, and come what's best for everybody. I mean, if you think about what happened over the years, I can recall a lot of products came from these conferences. And then when you have a conference that's growing every year, you must be doing something good.
That's right, biggest one ever.
Exactly.
So, I think a lot of your customers came here this year saying, well, let's kind of see what the message is going to be. Let's see what happens. And they had to have been pleasantly surprised when Amadeus stands up there and says, hey, we like what you're doing. We're just going to be all behind you. Just keep going. Let's do it.
It's a very, very positive message when you're merging with a company, and we actually been together for 2 years.
Yeah.
So now when we talk about something, we're not just talking about speculation, we're talking about reality. But when you have an organization behind you that really is helping you, they're trying to push you in a way, in a good way that, hey, we want you to grow more, we want you to be more customer focused, and we want you to make sure you bring the platform that you have for all of us as Airport IT Group. And this is actually very encouraging, especially when it comes down to our basic principles. We take care of our customer, we take care of our employees, and we take care of our shareholders. And as long as we keep doing that, and actually the sky's the limit. I mean, we're really very excited about the future.
That future just opened up a lot of big markets for you across the world. The scale of it has got to be immense. How do you even look at that? How do you start?
It's interesting because we've always, before the acquisition, I want to say we've been challenged, because you have to have the right asset, you have to have the right people, you have to have the right investment and the right strategy moving forward. We had a lot of those elements, but we've never really were able to say, you know what, now we have the channel. because you have to take care of your customers. We had an opportunity to go to South America. We had an opportunity previously to go to Europe. We had on Middle East or actually Asia. But the biggest drawback at that time is that we could not support them locally from here. Now with the Amadeus network, with all the offices that we have, with the 15,000 employees we have, 190 countries. Whenever we do something, we have local people that can help us. If it's maneuver ourselves around the country itself, if it's dealing with the local customer, with their cultures, that's very, very important to be successful. So the strategy for us, putting the customer first and as the center of our operation, you have to take it globally, because you really cannot be saying, I'm not going to take care of one region, but I'm going to take better care of this area. We have to be consistent, and that's really what's exciting now. We can be consistent, and we can go globally.
Yeah, you have the back end to
Absolutely, absolutely.
When you heard about that staggering number for research and development, you've got to be just chomping at the bit to try some new stuff.
One of the biggest things we're proud of as an Amadeus company is that how much we spend on our R&D. R&D is an investment in the future, and that tells you how Amadeus is thinking. Everything I'm getting from all the management is that we think long term. That's why we invest. I believe the investment around 700, 800 million euros a year. I mean, you look at over multiple years, I don't know how many billion euros we've invested. So the outcome is going to be something good for all of us, because our goal is to shape the future of travel. And the only way you could do it is by investing in your people, investing in the technology, and most importantly, investing in your customers. Because you have to be the partner of choice. You really have to be able to innovate with them, because it's a journey. You go together with your customer.
Now, is it a lot of unreal to just be here and kind of just see the scope of just yesterday? We're the over 40 crowd, but we're the ones still making it happen. Mm-hmm. How do we keep up with that future with our teenagers? How do we implement that?
It's it was a great keynote speaker. I mean, when you start talking about social media and the impacts of social media, the interesting thing is that from the Amadeus perspective is, especially from the airport side of it and the American side of it, is social media could be a good element of that platform. Because there's so many ways we right now communicate, just between us friends, at the same time between us and other companies, between the companies themselves, and you can tweet something else to an airline, and an airline can tweet back to you. So this platform is really going to go beyond just being a social. We're going to be using it for a business. And then when you start bringing, and at the same time, as long as you keep the friendliness of the social side of it and the efficiency of a business platform, you can really build it for the future. And you know what? Regardless of what our age, we're all young at heart, and we're all gonna take what's best way to do our business, and we're all gonna pull up our app, and if we'll be 80 years old or not, and look for the flights and be able to get where we want to get easily with more information. I think this is sustainable, and it is very, very refreshing to see when his presentation talking about that. It's not just purely about the young generation; it's about all of us, because it is making our life better. We are shaping the future of travel, and this is part of it.
Wow. What else am I missing? Because this has just been a breath of fresh air. It's not a us and them anymore. You guys have dated, and now we're married, and here we are, and the sky is the limit.
And I think this is really where it sums it up. We looked at this from day one as this: we're going to build a bigger family, and having a bigger family, it has a lot of advantages, but it has a lot of things that you have to really be very careful of. And we're lucky that our management team globally is very aware of our challenges to make sure we make everything successful. That's why we don't take our eye off the ball in a way. We keep focusing. Actually, I got a question. I was talking to one. I got a question that says, "When would you guys rest?" Because and I was thinking, it's I'm not sure really what we're referring by rest. My answer was, but you know what? If the sky is the limit, then you will never stop. And as long as you're doing something you love and something that makes you happy, and you have the right people around you and the right ecosystem, which is Amadeus is building a lot of different partners, a lot of different ecosystems, and you have the investment we talked about, then the sky is the limit. So why would you want to rest? Let's innovate, let's explore the future as long as we're taking our customers with us on this journey. And I think it's been a great ride. I mean, you look at user conference growing every year 15%, and I expect it to even grow more as we start bringing more customers on a more product portfolio. As you know, we brought a lot. Our portfolio just grown with being part of Amadeus, so that's even more exciting.
Yeah, and the customers are saying, "Wow, what else you got that we can use?" You know?
That was a refreshing question. It's like, what else can we use it? I mean, it's one of our goals is to make sure that we can take the products and make them global products. But this is very important for our customers as it is for us, is that when we bring product from anywhere globally, if it comes from the Americas and goes into Europe, we need to be able to support it locally. We need to be able to have a good, strong infrastructure of delivering that product, because failure for us is not an option. So we always invest, and that's what's great about Amadeus is we're investing in our future. So we're not going to go out there and sell something in some other country where we cannot really support it. Going back to how do we take care of the customer, and that's why we have so many people here, because they know we take care of them, they take care of us, and that's really what the future. That's why together we really can shape the future of the airports too.
I don't know about resting, but you sure seem more comfortable.
Hey, honestly, I want to thank all our people that worked hard to set this up, and just think about our customers who are taking time out of their busy schedule, out of their work, and they're spending their money to come up here so we can have this collaboration platform, because with this platform, that's the only way we're going to be able to succeed. That's the only way to be able to reach those heights that we want to reach.
Perfect, sir. Anything else?
Thank you.